Hey everyone. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much, anyone who watched my previous video. It means a whole lot to me and to anyone who is watching this video too. Like, thank you. It really does mean a lot. Um, I'm not going to make this one as long, but I just wanted to kind of continue what I was talking about, but move it into a different area. Um, More, I would say, the concept of just living, like moving on to that more. I have seen a film recently, which was recommended to me by my sister, called Warm Bodies, and it kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about, and also ties into what I was talking about last time about life not waiting and just living. Um, and mainly, I guess what really stood out to me about that film was the themes in it and what they were trying to say, and like I really liked the way they went about it. In particular, the idea of pain not necessarily being a bad thing. Now that sounds really strange, but with I don't want to like give anything away, like what happens in this film or anything like that, if people haven't seen it and want to, but just the underlying theme of pain actually being not a good thing as such, but it's showing that you're living still. And even, it's better to experience pain than to like not live at all, and just be numb. That is what I took away from that film, the main theme more than anything, because I'm not. This probably sounds really strange when I'm like saying it, but without pain, we can't experience pleasure. It's one doesn't exist without the other, and me personally, I would much rather be able to feel, even if it's bad things, just because I know that that also means I could feel good things too. And the two completely different ends of the spectrum, but I would much rather live just experiencing as much as possible and have that risk of being in pain than to just be numb and not feel anything and not live at all. So pain is it's an essential part of life. It's a horrible part of life, but it's pleasure can only exist if pain does as well. So I really like how the film Warm Bodies got that across, and it ties into other things as well. Like there's so many different things that um, exist on different ends of the spectrum, like hate and love. Now it's the exact same principle with that. One can't exist without the other. Um, so while hate is a really bad thing, it has to exist in a world where love exists. It has to be there, and also I myself would much rather be loved by one person who is really, means everything to me, and hated by, I don't know, 100 people, than just have everyone not have any feelings at all towards me. That's probably just my, well, I'm sure other people relate to that, but I would much rather that, because love is much stronger than hate anyway. It doesn't matter how much hate there is, love will always come through in some form. But yeah, I find the pain and pleasure thing and love and hate, they're all, two different ends of the spectrum, but they both need each other. Obviously, one is great, the other is not, but they both have to exist. And that's, what I kind of took away from that film, and also in general, like with YouTube and that type of thing. I mean, I would much rather, if I just got one like on one of my videos and like 100, I would still, in a way, be really happy. As opposed to not getting any feedback at all. Like even negative feedback is, it's not always the worst thing. But yeah, I guess that's all I want to say about that. Um, Generally, I just want to talk about where I want my channel to go, because I am really determined to push on with this and do a lot more. Um, and I don't want to like put myself into a box and do the same type of videos over and over. Um, the next videos I want to do are, well, what I was initially going to do is like lists of things, like top tens, that type of thing, and I was going to do them as like videos, just upload them, just like list my top tens and that type of thing. But I think I would much rather do those. Well, instead of doing those, do a video where I'm actually talking about those things, so I can elaborate on why they're in my top 10, instead of just making a video where I put like list the top 10. I would rather myself go into it a bit more, just so I can explain why, and yeah, go a bit more in depth. So the main thing I would like to do first, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do first, is top 10 YouTubers. I feel like that is the most appropriate video to make, since, well, this is on YouTube, and it's just a thank you more than anything to the people that inspire me. And there are many more than 10 people who I look up to and who I love on YouTube, but I will, I have a 10 in mind pretty much. Well, almost a 10. It's probably more of a 9 at the moment. The 10th one I'm not entirely sure, because there's just so many amazing YouTubers, but that is the first thing I want to do, more than anything, is just a thank you to all the people that inspire me. And yeah, so that will be the first video I make, and I want to do a theme of like top tens, that type of things. I'll do like female music artists, male music artists, I think, as well. Just all things like that. And if there's anything, like any type of list that you think of, if I have an interest in that thing, I will, take your suggestions and do that. So that is where I want to start with the channel. There's a lot more I want to do, but I just don't have the equipment to do it. Like, I don't have the software. I don't have, the quality of camera or anything like that to do other things I want to do at this point in time. But I hope to build up those things as I go along. I mean, I would really love to do let's plays of games. That is something that I watch a lot myself, and I would love to do those too, but I just can't right now. I don't have the the laptop for it, or any of the software, or a camera that would record. I don't think. Well, the camera would probably be okay, but I've tried it before and it just lags so much, the whole thing, when I'm trying to record a let's play. So that's something I put on the back burner for now, but it's something I definitely want to do. But yeah, there's a whole lot of things I want to do, but I'm going to start it off with the top tens, because I want to start it off with something positive. I mean, I wouldn't say my first couple of videos have been negative, but I know that I've focused on things that sometimes a bit hard. I want to just, on the next few videos, just be all about positivity and just saying why I love like certain people, and really showing my admiration for what they do. So yeah, that is what I plan to do. I will do the top 10 of YouTubers, and that will probably be across quite a few videos, because I have a lot to say about the people I admire. And yeah, so I'll do a few of those videos, and those will be coming over the rest of the week. So yeah, I mean, that is pretty much all I want to say. I've actually kept it to about the time I wanted to today. I wanted to keep it to about 10 minutes, and I'm just coming up to that, I can see, pretty much. So yeah, I mean, thank you again so much for watching. It means the whole world to me, and yeah, if my videos have helped you in any way, that's great. And thank you for all the support on my first video again. It means so much to me. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and goodbye for now.